I've heard that Afriforum and Solidarity have met representatives in the US government, and they're doing precisely what we said we as South Africans should not do. We should stop running to other countries. We should discuss our own problems here and find solutions. And that in many ways confirms our own sovereignty. It confirms our standing as a free and independent nation. A nation that can stand proud amongst many other nations and being able to say, we can solve our own problems. We may differ here, but we will find solutions to whatever problems we have. And we have the wherewithal to be able to do that. So I would say we stay here, we solve our problems here, and we embrace one another, and we build a nation. We will never be able to build a nation by just going to complain to other nations in the world. That's how we solve problems. We need to be sending a clear message to them that as far as we are concerned, as proud South Africans, we prefer that we should all stay here and solve our problems. And already what they are doing has spawned divisions in our nation. And that is not a nation-building process of running around the world to try and have your problems solved. You are just sowing divisions. Because now a number of South Africans then start looking at others negatively. And I don't think that that is the right way to handle our problems.
So the ANC is accusing other people of sowing divisions in this country. And we know that it is a joke. We know that it is a joke. And the ANC right now, as we speak, they feel embarrassed because you remember that President Ramaphosa was supposed to send a delegation to the United States of America to basically meet with the Trump administration. And the Trump administration said, no, we are not interested in having conversations with you. So when these people are sitting there and actually watching Afriforum meet the Trump administration, they are envious. Obviously, they are envious. And this is the reason why a lot of political parties, especially on the left, they have actually called for Afriforum to be charged with high treason. You remember even the MK party when it was announced that Afriforum has actually met with the Trump administration, what did they do? They went to the police station and actually opened a case of high treason against Afriforum. So this is a popular thing, supposedly on the left. This move that was made by the HAWKS to basically charge Afriforum with high treason, it is a popular move on the left. But there is one thing that these people are actually not realizing. But before we actually get to that, let's get to this article. It says that the HAWKS investigating high treason dockets linked to Afriforum Solidarity United States visit. So the article continues to say that the HAWKS are investigating dockets of high treason. This is in connection with the spread of misinformation in the United States of America surrounding the Expropriation Act. This follows highly publicized Afriforum visit to the United States to meet with the Trump administration officials. So this is one thing that the ANC is actually not happy about. Don't listen to these people that are saying Afriforum did this, Afriforum did that. The ANC is just not happy with the fact that the Trump administration refused to meet with them, but the Trump administration is now meeting Afriforum. So they feel like, okay, it seems like we are not capable. It seems like we are not capable because we are the ones who were supposed to go to the United States of America, but they were not answering their calls. You remember the Minister of International Relations, Ronald Lamola, all over the media crying about the fact that the Trump administration is not answering their calls. No, we've been trying to call these people. We even tried to send the please call me. So we even tried to send the WhatsApp text, and these people are not responding to us. So this is one thing that is actually making the ANC very envious towards this visit of Afriforum in the United States of America. So the article continues to say that Afriforum and Solidarity traveled to the United States and allegedly met with the senior White House staffers. So you see, Afriforum and Solidarity traveled to the United States and allegedly met with the senior White House staffers. The groups discussed concerns related to the Expropriation Act and Bella Act. This has drawn criticism from some South African sectors. Some political parties and individuals labeled this visit as a treason. Like I said, the political parties that are on the left and the organizations that are on the left, they were quick to say that this is treason. However, Afriforum says their visit is in South Africa's best interest. The groups allege that they are trying to prevent the country from becoming the next Zimbabwe. This is what Afriforum and Solidarity are saying, that we are trying to prevent the country from becoming the next Zimbabwe. Because obviously, you listen to the rhetoric that is coming from the governing party. It's almost as if these people don't care anymore. I mean, when you look at the actions of the ANC, it's almost as if the ANC doesn't care anymore. You remember, guys, even yesterday, we did a video about that scathing article that President Ramaphosa wrote against Israel and the United States of America. And he wrote that scathing article after he said that he wanted to better relations with these people. So, on one hand, the president says that I want to have a good relationship with the Trump administration. I want to cut a deal with the Trump administration. And on the same breath, he writes an article on the Foreign Policy magazine where he's basically discrediting America and Israel. And for some reason, these people, they think that we can get out of the woods. That's why I'm saying that sometimes when I look at the ANC, when I look at the actions of the ANC, it's almost as if they don't care anymore. It's almost as if they don't care anymore. You listen to what they speak about, you listen to the rhetoric, especially even now when they speak about the VAT increase. You listen to these people when they speak about the international affairs. It's almost as if they don't care anymore. HAWKS head Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebeya says the individuals involved in 4 cases against them. So this is what the HAWKS is basically investigating, because the political parties and the groups on the left, they are saying that, okay, this is treason. No. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be treason.
The Hawks are investigating dockets of high treason. We're told this is in connection with the spread of misleading information in the United States surrounding the Expropriation Act. It follows the highly publicized Afriforum visit to the US, where they've been meeting with administration officials from the Trump government. The head of the Hawks confirmed this to ENCA's Avi Wemdila earlier today.
There are 4 case dockets that have been laid by different complainants, that some of them are coming from political parties, which we do not mind about that. So ours is look at the content of this, and we are working on that one. So we will obviously be working closely with the National Prosecuting Authority, as they are the ones that will make a decision at the end of the investigation to decide as to whether anyone needed to be secured before court or otherwise.
You mentioned that it's not only one political party, but many people coming through. What exactly are you investigating, and could we expect arrests?
The complainants have lodged what they call high treason. And as you'll appreciate, this kind of crime, the final decision has to be made by the National Director of Public Prosecution. Not even the DPP in the province can make a decision on those type of matters. So it means that only when investigation has been completed will then they apply their mind to determine as to whether they need to secure anyone before court for prosecution.
So what do you have? What sort of
So obviously,
Afriforum would you maybe have at this stage, and is it prosecutable?
No.
Okay, let's finish this segment.
And what do you have? What sort of evidence would you maybe have at this stage, and is it prosecutable?
No, at this stage, you see that the decision as to whether a particular case is prosecutable or not is not resting with the investigators. The SAPS, inclusive of the HAWKS, does not have jurisdiction to determine as to whether a particular prosecution need to take place. That one is solely the responsibility of the National Prosecuting Authority. Ours is to gather evidence systematically and table all before the National Prosecuting Authority. Then when they make a decision, we will obviously secure the attendance of the suspect before court.
And can you confirm, is it Afriforum and Solidarity that you're investigating for this high treason?
Yeah, you see that we do not want to be confirming because otherwise we will be jumping. But you have indicated, I normally answer the question that you have asked, but generally we don't confirm as to who the suspect is in the matter before we are ready to go and warn them in terms of the Constitution. Section 35 requires of us to warn them that they are the suspect in this matter. Maybe they have got explanation, so I do not want to confirm who the suspect is.
All right, thank you very much, General Lebeya. That is the head of the HAWKS, of course, speaking at the sidelines of the transnational conference.
So, Afriforum has basically heard that there are charges of high treason that are being cooked against them. So, the point that I was talking about at the beginning of this segment is that if the Hawks are going to pursue this case, if they are going to charge Afriforum and Solidarity for this case, they better have watertight evidence to pin these people down. Because if you don't have watertight evidence to pin these people down, it is going to appear as if the Ramaphosa administration is using the state to actually silence the people. It's going to look like the president of this country is using the state to attack his political opponents. And it is going to be a bad look on Cyril Ramaphosa and his administration. So, if they are going to do this, nobody is stopping them. If you guys want to continue and charge these people with high treason, like the MK party said that these people need to be charged with high treason. These racists, we need to charge these racists with high treason. Please make sure that you have a watertight evidence. Because if you cannot prove that these people have committed high treason, then it is going to be a bad look to the president of this country. Because the first thing that people are going to say is that Cyril Ramaphosa, now we know for a fact that you are using the state to go against your political opponents. This is one thing that even the people on the left, I don't think that these people on the left and these organizations and these political parties understand this concept. I don't think they understand the implications of the Hawks basically starting with this treason case thing. Because it can go very left for them. It can go down for them. Because if you go on social media, you can see that some people have already concluded that no, Afriforum and Solidarity going to the United States of America, it is treason. It is treason. This is high treason. You must charge these people with high treason. You see some of the ANC members say these people are happy on social media. Some of the members of the EFF, these people are happy. The members of the MK party, they are happy. They are talking about charging Afriforum and Solidarity with treason. But they don't realize that if the state does not have sufficient evidence to pin Afriforum down, to pin Solidarity down, it is going to be a bad look. It is going to be a bad look. So I hope, I hope that they have a watertight evidence against Afriforum and Solidarity. And you know, when it comes to Afriforum and Solidarity, you are talking about two groups that do not have any issue with defending themselves. This is the reason why even Kalikril from Afriforum, when he was responding to these so-called high treason charges, he says that I'm not going to have a sleepless night against this thing that these people are trying to do, because I understand that these charges are bogus. I'm not going to have a sleepless night. So I'm warning the people that are already happy and the people that think that the state can go around charging people with things without sufficient evidence. Because if it's that way, I'm repeating it, if the state is going to charge Afriforum and Solidarity without sufficient evidence, and Afriforum and Solidarity wins the case, it is going to be a bad look on Ramaphosa. It is going to be a bad look on Ramaphosa and his administration. Because right now, the people are going to say, oh, okay, this is what is happening. Ramaphosa is trying to shut down his political opponents by using the state. And I'm sure there's some sort of illegality there. I'm sure if the president is basically accused, or his administration is accused of using the state resources to go against his political opponents, I'm sure there's some sort of illegality that is happening there. So listen to what Kali is basically saying.
I was informed by the media that the HAWKS are investigating complaints of high treason against Afriforum. I will not be having any sleepless nights over this, as these complaints are baseless. If the state, however, goes ahead with this, it will make us stronger. It would confirm the point that there are ANC leaders that are abusing their power to govern against certain sections of the population.
Exactly. That is a very important point. That if they lose this case, it means
leaders that are abusing their power to govern against certain sections of the population. It's also ludicrous because we have many ANC leaders implicated of corruption at the Zondo Commission, and the HAWKS are not acting against them. Then secondly, if Afriforum has to be in court, it would of course also give us a platform to show the world and to show the country how the ANC leaders are acting against the interest of the country. They are disloyal. Afriforum, Solidarity and the Solidarity Movement are loyal because we are fighting for in the interest of the South African people.
So, Kali actually mentioned something so interesting. You remember, guys, when I was speaking about these political parties on the left and these groups on the left basically calling for the state to charge Afriforum with treason, and I was basically bashing the supporters of these political parties to say that, guys, how can you guys sit there and say nothing about what the ANC has done in the past 30 years, and you don't say that is tantamount to treason? But Afriforum going to the United States of America and basically having a conversation with the Trump administration, you think that is tantamount to treason. And I still cannot believe that the supporters of these political parties, this is how they are behaving. Basically, I still don't believe that. Nobody is basically willing to say that. But what about the actions of the ANC for the past 30 years? Are those actions not tantamount to treason? You look at the fact that these people have opened the borders, and now the people are feeling the heat. The crime in this country is up, and most of these people that come outside of this country are committing crimes. You remember, even right now, the president of the country was giving the owners of these bogus tuck shops in the townships 21 days to register their businesses. So these people went out in their thousands. So are you telling me that the ANC allowed the people to get into the country to operate without any sort of documentation? And as a result of that, we saw the children dying because of the food poisoning of the food that they bought from these spaza shops. So are you telling us that is not tantamount to treason? So when the ANC is basically eating the money that is supposed to build the water treatment system and people die because of cholera, are you telling me that is not tantamount to treason? When these people are stealing the state funds that are supposed to build the toilets, now you have the children that are dying in the pit toilets. Are you telling me that is not tantamount to treason? When the state is not fixing the road and people are dying because of the potholes in the highways, are you telling me that is not tantamount to treason? There are a lot of reasons we can actually bring you and say that I would argue this is tantamount to treason, but the people in this country, it seems like they are not even willing to look at all of those things. They just want Afriforum and Solidarity to be charged because, no man, to hell with these racists. We don't want these racists to be charged. We don't care if our own people are committing crimes in front of us. We don't care if these comrades continue to destroy the state. We don't care about any of that, but we want these people to be charged because these people are nothing but the racist. We care about the racist being charged but we don't give a damn about our own children dying in the pit toilets. So this is the psyche of the South Africans. That's why I said in that previous video that it is so hard for me to basically understand the psyche of South African voters, because it seems like these people are willing to stand up against the issues that are not affecting them directly, but when it comes to the actions of the comrades that are affecting them directly, they are nowhere to be found. And I guess this is the reason why Advocate Aikhumalo basically made this video and bashing South Africans. He bashed not only South Africans, he bashed the supporters of these political parties, and he also spoke about Cyril Ramaphosa, Thabo Mbeki, President Zuma, about their actions and how these actions of these politicians are tantamount to treason. Just listen to what Advocate Aikhumalo is saying.
In here, they say the Hawks, they've opened a case, a treason, against Afriforum. I will leave that for now, but for me, it doesn't get more treasonous than Cyril Ramaphosa, Jacob Zuma, Thabo Mbeki, and the ANC guys who've used our army to safeguard their interests, in DRC, CAR. We did not struggle for Petrus Motsepe, Mpisane, Sean, Tokyo Sekwale. We struggled to liberate this country for the benefit of all of us. They take our national army to safeguard dictators in African states like Abu Kabila, La CAR, and then in return they're given mineral rights. They've handed this country to the globalists. Globalists who subjected us under lockdowns, fake vaccines. It doesn't get more treasonous than that. Infrastructure destruction caused by the ANC, opening us up to the globalists, signing treaties for WTO without local content, killing our industries, textile, manufacturing. It doesn't get more treasonous than that. Cyril Ramaphosa, he's treason personified. Treason personified, that Cyril Ramaphosa. It doesn't get more treasonous than the ANC. They've treated this country with disdain and its people. In a normal country, because sugar pants and one pattern. The ANC, they've opened up this country to foreigners, destroying borders. Abo Zuma basayina ama-ZEPs. Did we struggle for foreigners? Did we die for foreigners? Coming here to take and take and take. They're taking everything that we want. They even contribute to the infrastructure destruction, stealing coppers, taking our medications, housing, SASA grant. They've allowed foreigners to come in here. They've destroyed South Africa, the ANC. Go ESCOM, no lights, taxing us out of our breath. It doesn't get more treasonous than Cyril Ramaphosa, Jacob Zuma, Thabo Mbeki. They've treated South Africa as their private bank account. So for me, if there is treason, ANC stand accused. Like Cyril Ramaphosa said, ANC, it's accused number 1. With state capture. Capturing our SOEs, all of them. So, and the Tina,
so we don't have anybody to speak on our behalf.
We can't run, say somewhere. ANC, they've killed their own, more than SADF killed them. They've raped their own in exile. Abo Thabo Mbeki, behlele London. Abo Oliver Tambo, pretending to be fighting a war, but awuthumela umfana oyi-1 ashaye babone ukuthi asebenza ekhaya and then go loot and scam donors Scandinavia. But you see, umuntu wakhona bampimpa aboshwe so that the news blasted all over the media. They're sipping champagne, having sex with cheap white women, prostitutes, Thabo Mbeki lapaya. Cheap white women. So what? We liberated you. We liberated them. We liberated them. These guys. That is treason. What they have done to South Africa.
Exactly. And this is the same thing that I was arguing myself, saying that looking at the actions of these people and what they've actually put South Africa through, I believe that this is treason. Like, this is treason. But no, these are the same people that are now accusing Afriforum of treason. They are accusing Afriforum of treason, and their supporters are also accusing Afriforum of treason. But they say nothing about the actions of the ANC. So, guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said previously, I hope that if they want to continue with these charges against Afriforum and Solidarity, they must have watertight evidence, because if they don't, it is going to be a huge egg on their face. It is going to be a huge egg on their face, and I don't know what is it going to take for them to actually wipe off that egg on their face. I don't know what is it going to take. I don't know, guys. Please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye bye.